If there's something that you want to do, but you just don't know how, stick around, cause we are about to show you now. You know who we are, and the places we have been. We are called Two's Country, get stuck in.
Look, look, come here, look, I want to work. Stop. You're not impressing anybody. Just give it to me. Look, you're not a ghost. You didn't fright. Look, for one, ghosts don't come out in daylight, they come out at night. For two, there's no such thing as ghosts. For three, they don't wear blankets over their head. And for four, they have big chains that they clank along the ground. They did the wrong kind of chain, but it does explain why I can't keep the water in the bowl in the morning when I'm having a shave. What's all this ghost and ghoulies business about? We're going ghost hunting. No, we're not, because you can't do a course in that. And this program is all about things that our viewer can go and do following in our foot. Can you? Where do you do it then? You're doing a ghostly spell to get to it. Magic! Wow, how did you do that? Or did Kevin just press a button? Where is this then? Coombe Abbey near Coventry. Let me see if I know anything about Coombe Abbey near Coventry. Engage computer and press play. It's a 12th century Cistercian abbey, or it was. They built bits on top since then. Yep, right. 200 years, dead rich. 200 years, dead poor. Henry VIII comes along, smash, 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 knock it about a bit, and the Harrington family take it over. Right? They're here for a while, and are friendly with the Stuarts of Scotland, as in James, King of England and Scotland. And Elizabeth Stuart came and stayed here for years, was educated here. And had the gunpowder plot been successful, they would have come here, picked her up, and taken her to the Abbey. Hurrah! Anyway, it wasn't, so they didn't. Now, Mr. Harrington spent so much money on Elizabeth Stuart staying here that he went bust. So it was eventually given over to the Cravens. And there's a bit of a story about them here as well. And there's a ghost in one of the rooms, and there's a bloke who walks around who's chopped into bits, and there's a little kid that sits on top of the stairs. Hey? Ghosts, yeah? Go on then, let's go and see what vibes we get. What is it that's got into you? What are you going on about and performing? You can feel a presence. Stop stroking my head. A presence. Could it be another soul? Perhaps another person joining us? Could it be? Richard Childs, an actor, also an expert on the spooks in this place, standing right next to you as the ducks swoop in to the moat. Go on then, Richard. What spooks are on offer here?
Well, what do you expect? You have a 12th century abbey. There's bound to be something. Now, take an abbot who was brutally murdered here in the year 1345. Abbot Geoffrey. Abbot Geoffrey, minding his own business one night, looking after the abbey silver, when it is assumed two novices crept up on him from behind and brutally hacked him to death. Now, the king at the time ordered an investigation, and it just went on for 2 or 3 months and then fizzled out. Nobody knows what happened, who was responsible. But Abbot Geoffrey does. And he is forever walking this abbey, trying to find out who the culprits were.
Yes, okay, so there's Abbot Geoffrey. Who else?
Then we take a little bit further back into the 1500s, a young lady who was imprisoned in a room up above the moat here. She eventually committed suicide. Now her spirit is very active indeed.
Is it?
Oh yes, yes. Many people who have, notable people as well, who have stayed in room 143 have felt her presence to varying degrees of effect.
Room 143.
143.
We must have a look at that later.
Yes.
Okay. And there was the curse on the Craven family.
Ah, yes, the Craven family. They moved into the Abbey in 1622, and they lived here for 300 years. One of the Earls of Craven wronged a gypsy girl, of whom there were many on the estate, and he put her in the family way, and she died in childbirth. But before she died, she put a curse, or she uttered a curse that the firstborn of each generation of the Craven family would die in tragic circumstances before they reach middle age.
Look, it was just a curse. It hasn't come true, has it?
Yes, it's come true in every case.
In every case?
In every case, and the title now rests with a 9-year-old boy, and who is the 9th Earl.
I wish him very, very well. Well, you know, I'm not spooked, but fascinating. Fascinating.
Oh, it is, totally.
Don't try and make me jump. Come on, Richard, let's walk on. Oh, the rattling of the chains. Except that they're tying 2 boats down. Look! Watergate under the Abbey. Doesn't it look like Traitor's Gate? Was it... What? There was this bloke in 1193, and he came into here when he shouldn't have done. He went under the portcullis, and they closed it, and he drowned. Yeah? He was really a dead nice bloke, and you met him this morning? Of course you did, yeah. Listen, this place is near to Coventry, and Coventry could have got its name from the Saxon word coven, as in a witch's coven. Spooksville. And they also have that symbol, don't they, on the Coventry sign, which is the lady riding on the horse with no clothes on. Godiva! You know what happened there, don't you? She was on her way back from a raid, but she'd had too much wacky-backy. No. She was married to Leofric, the Earl of the area, and he was raising money so he could fight the Godwins, and he taxed people to do it. And she said, if you tax them any more, I'm going to get all my kit off, pal, and ride round this here town. And he did, so she did. And she was really called Godvia. There you go. Right. You can do a course in Spooksville. You can find out how to be a ghost spotter. I'm going to take you to a place where we will learn how. It's not a spooky being, it's a statue in a lake. Will you behave? What? Oh, you can feel another presence. No, you worked it out. It's Terry Hewitt, who's from ASAP. And you're going to explain what ASAP stands for, because I can't pronounce it. You couldn't pronounce... Anomalous is one of the words. You're right. Go on then, Terry.
It is the Association for the Scientific Study of Anomalous Phenomena.
Which basically means that you investigate spooky goings-on, yes?
Correct, yes.
So, if he'd seen a spooky going on, would he phone you up?
Indeed, yes.
And then what would happen?
We would come and have a chat, take a history of what happened, just to check, we would ask quite intimate questions, but we do guarantee anonymity.
The other way is to find out whether he's on drugs or anything.
Correct, that's right.
Yes, I know I often have a drink, but I'm not reporting one. All right, so let's say he had a sane mind, which is ridiculous, and he's seen this thing. What do you do next?
What we would, depending on where the phenomena happen, more often than not we would take a history of the actual building, perhaps, and also the area, the geology and geography.
So you're doing a full report into the area?
Sure.
And what else would you be looking for? Anything to do with its surroundings, the building surroundings?
Yes, indeed. It depends if there are any factories close by, or perhaps has there been mines or workings underneath. which could carry noise and different sounds or reflect light and this sort of thing.
Will you stop making stupid noises? This is a scientific investigation. What? There's a ley line that goes from there to there. Is that something that you take into consideration, ley line?
Indeed, yes, we're interested in all kinds of phenomena.
Really?
Some researchers are more into one particular interest than others, but normally it's sometimes Hobson's choice. If you get a request, then you obviously go and research.
Now, what have you seen?
Odd things and heard strange noises at different times, but what they were, I don't really know. Just keep an open mind.
Can you? I know you have to keep some sort of privacy for your stories, but can you give us some clues?
Yes, last year on the training day, we would do obviously quite serious training things, and on the vigil afterwards, we were in a long gallery in a particular mansion, and there was a novice investigator behind me and another chap, just three of us, and part of the way through, the guy moved a chair behind me. So of course we all stopped and write down the time and the noise we heard. And after the vigil, the chap said, "Did you knock my chair?" And he was quite...
he thought you'd moved it.
He thought I'd moved the chair, yes. And of course I couldn't touch him. Couldn't get anywhere near him, but the chair was actually knocked away from his leg.
So you just have an open mind about that, do you?
I certainly do, yes. It could have been anything. He could have been dropping asleep and moved his leg. Even our own investigators, we have to sort of criticise each other or try and find out a natural explanation first of all.
Right. Well, can you do an investigation for us?
Certainly.
I think we should use this abbey, don't you? Why not? Right. We're about to start the vigil. First of all, we have to set out the equipment in 3 of the rooms of the abbey. This is the first room. It's the Stuart thing. It's big. It's long. It's the Stuart Hall. It's not the Stuart Hall. It's the Stuart room. Right in here, there has been a spirit that has moved the bolt across. Things have thrown around in the room. And the temperature changes like that. Come on in and meet Andrew, who's setting up the equipment. Hi, Andrew.
Hello, Tim.
And I guess that must be the door where the bolt moves, because you've got a camera trained on it.
That's the one. Just set up the infrared camera, and hopefully
Infrared camera. Why an infrared camera?
Well, this camera is capable of recording outside of the normal visual spectrum. It records well into the near infrared. Now, there is a theory, as yet unproved, that certain types of apparition appear within the near infrared. Now, if that's the case, we won't be able to see them, but hopefully cameras such as this one would be able to record it.
So this can see what he can't.
That's right.
Which covers just about everything. Now, why have you got into ghosts? Why did you do all the training and everything?
Well, I've been interested in the paranormal since I was a child. Basically, I want answers. There are certain things going on that I want to try and find the answers to. Hence, we're trying to record things on our cameras. We're trying to get evidence. We're trying to find the answers.
What are you doing? We're over here. Stop getting all spooky. All right? So it's going from there into your recorder.
Yeah, it's into a more or less standard VHS recorder.
Yeah.
The only difference is we're using a portable 12-volt battery. There's obviously some places we go, there isn't any mains power.
Absolutely. Okay. And on the desk we have?
Well, there's a report that at certain times in this room, things get thrown around. So on here, we've got equipment that's capable of recording movement. What we're going to do in a few minutes is lock this room, keep it as a sealed area, and if anything gets thrown around in here, this equipment will record it. Hopefully we'll get it on the video as well, and we'll have some evidence.
Right. A sealed unit. Spooky things caught on tape. Let's leave them to it. Let there be light. Hey, that was pretty impressive, wasn't it? As the king of all this land, the power is invested in me to pass sentence on you. And it shall be death by night. Now, look, I'm only joking. Abbey It's brilliant, this. This bit is position number 2 for our haunted watch. And there's lots happened here. It's the old stables You see, the groom was having a bit of a fling with Lady Craven. And then one day, Lady Craven said, "Ah, you're just a groom." So, she threw him out. And he came back here. And he hanged himself. Right here. Right, well, not right here. Anyway, there's also a member of staff who likes to come here and play the odd trick every now and then. Only, he died years ago. Spooky. Mark is doing the watch in here and has some bits of equipment. Hiya.
Hello.
What have you got?
Well, this is basically a torch, which you need on a visual or any haunted location. Obviously, to see in the dark, you need one of these to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And obviously, to use one of these to write down what you have to put on your sheets.
So, right, oh, you've got sheets that you
Yes,
fill in.
that's right, you do.
Brilliant. Vigil, Coombe Abbey. There we go. The date and everything. Small bang. A current. You've already heard something.
I certainly have, yes.
Right, okay. So what else have you got?
This is a night vision sensor. This amplifies the lights in darkened rooms, which obviously allows you to see a lot clearer than you would be if it was dark, obviously. But one thing you mustn't do is obviously take this lens off, because that will damage the sensor inside. It's going to be totally dark for this to be used. But if you look for this piece here, and take this cap off here, and you'll get a small prick of light, which will give you some idea what you'd be viewing once this is off.
Okay. A camera?
Yeah, another must, again, a camera. Any haunted location, you must have a camera. You can take film, obviously, you get it developed, and you may have something on film, which you couldn't see beforehand. So that is also a must, not the torch. And lastly, a guide counter, which is used to basically pick up radiation. You don't always need one, but sometimes you do. And it comes in handy for certain cases.
Do you believe all this? I mean, you've done all the training and everything. Do you believe it?
Yes, I've always believed that there is something beyond this life. I believe whether or not ghosts or spirits, I don't know, recordings from the past. But I believe there is something here. And it's one of the main reasons why I joined that set, was to further my knowledge. And hopefully get involved in visuals like I'm doing there. And hopefully to find out that there is something, you know,
Going on. All right.
Going on.
What's the matter with you? What is it? You were doing it before in the other room, moving all over there. What's wrong? It's Richard. The guy that was with us earlier. What about him? Hey? He's a ghost. Well, because he's disappeared. Because he's not... He's probably just gone for a lie down or something. It's not... You knew he was a spirit earlier. That's why you said it. Right, okay, fine. Who is he then? Is he this guy from 1193 that you met earlier? He is. Great. And you're seeing him around, are you? Super. This door, 143, that's where we get. That's 141. Here, look. This. Do not disturb. And there have been some disturbances here. We mentioned this room earlier. Spooky goings on. Hey, it's a nice place. Come on in, have a look. It's a suite. A lovely old bath there. Great big double bed here. There's some famous people kept here, mate. And this is the sort of luxury, you see, to which I have become accustomed. Come on in through here. Catherine and Dave are having a look at some of the equipment that they're putting in this room. Yet more equipment. Do you have to drag all this stuff out whenever you come out from wherever you are? Where are you?
Well, our head office is based in Frome. We bring equipment that we need specifically for the case. We don't need all the equipment for every case. Each case is different, so...
And what's this you've got here, Dave?
Well, we've got three pieces of equipment here. We have an electronic thermometer, which records temperatures in two different rooms. We have an electromagnetic field detector, which can detect fluctuations in man-made and natural electromagnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an ultrasound detector. We come across a lot of reports where people say that animals such as cats or dogs can detect presences that aren't seen. And as we all know, animals can detect and hear in a higher frequency than we can. Although there is some tentative research coming out of Germany at the moment that suggests that humans can hear above the frequency of 20 kilohertz.
So you use that. What have you got in your hand?
I've got a noise-activated dictaphone, so I can set it on record, and it won't record anything unless it's hears a noise, unless there's a noise, a voice, or whatever, so I'll leave that there.
And that is?
This is a sterile biohazard tube for capturing ectoplasm, so if you see any brown gunky stuff, it smells a bit odd.
If ectoplasm is brown and gunky, because
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Right, okay. So are we ready for the vigil now?
I think so.
We're going to do a bit.
Yep.
I suppose we better wait for it to go dark.
Absolutely.
Hey, hello, pub. You up? Shh. Not supposed to say anything. Shh. Stay quiet. Ollie, they write down every noise that they hear. You see, they write it down. In fact, they're probably writing down that I'm telling you that they write it down. Now. Just wait, you see. It goes on for quite a long time. Then they go on somewhere else. How's the vigil going here then? You seen anything? Hey? Hello? You see it? Hello? Oi! You're not there. He's left a note. Hi there, big bonce. You got boring clucking your tongue at all those dead polite dead people around the hall. So me and the bloke from 1193 I met have nipped over the road for a swift half at the spigot and lamppost, which used to be the old Bull, no bush, before some div renamed it with a stupid name like they all do nowadays. So see you there, but please stick to beer because our ghost friends don't like you drinking spirits. PTO. Ha ha ha, only joking. It's your round anyway. You left a little something behind. So, this is your ghost from the 12th century, is it? Very interesting. And at the beginning of the programme, he was Richard as well. Gosh, he changes a lot, doesn't he? I mean, he could also be Uncle Holly or a pantomime dame. You are kidding nobody. In fact, why don't you just give me that silly little camera? Give it to me. Come on, give it to me. And I'm going to show the audience you for the first time ever. Hey? Hey, that's weird. When you look through the camera, you can't see anybody. Well, at least I know I'm all right. Although, I'm feeling a bit strange and a bit cold, actually. And I don't seem to be able to get hold of my pint. Oh, it's weird, man. Just keeps slipping up. Hey, this is spooky. Next. No, I mean it. Next.
Tim goes back to nature tomorrow when he takes on the challenge of learning the ancient art of bushcraft.